Good evening, students. In last video, we have started Protista and we have also discussed the major groups of Protista. Okay, in last video, we have completed our two most major groups of Protista. So now, today, the most precious topic we are going to discuss, and I think this is your last topic of that chapters. After that, we will start fifth chapter from Sivlal book, and some of the characters are generally matched with the NCERT book. So protozoan protista, first they came from the Greek word. Greek means Latin. Protos means first, जो सबसे पहले आए, and June means animals. Okay, the first animals appeared as called as protozoans protista. But on that time, several types of scientists are generally confused to place in a proper group. Okay, so on that time they place on second kingdom classification for looking their natures regarding the Jews means animals. ठीक है, जो Jews के जैसे जो character मिलते थे, by this the scientists observed that they should be placed in a second kingdom classification. But later on, when some more scientists are developed and their scientific value according to the nature of unicellular organisms. Okay, why? Because protozoan protistas are unicellular organisms. They are further included in protista. It means the two kingdom classification suspension was here wrong. Okay, now so protista protozoans are generally first time they are concluded in two kingdom classification. Later on, most of the scientists give the exact definition regarding the unicellular organisms which apply in protozoan protista. They are placed under the protista group. Okay, most important, you have to note down. So here, starting from that, we have to discuss the several features of protozoan protista. Okay, protozoan protista में बहुत सारे features हैं and we have to discuss one by one, and after that we will also discuss most of the four examples. Why? Because generally the characters are not so important, but their examples are very important because most of the questions are generally hidden in their examples, so you all have to follow them. First, they are micro unicellular, very small in size and made up of single cell protozoan protista, and they various shape and size. इनकी जो shape और size होती है बहुत ज़्यादा होती है, various forms में means multi form में shape और size. ठीक है, they may be free living. Free means they are found in anywhere. ठीक है, free living कहीं पे भी होते हैं, and may be parasitic. Parasitic means they are capable to taking their nutrition derive their nutrients material from the other organism. They are called parasitic. ठीक है, तो ये ऐसे मोड पे अपना पाए जाते हैं. Second, coming to the next important point, the locomotions. The locomotions are generally found in the way of cilia and flagella. I already told you that what is the difference between and meaning of cilia and flagella and pseudopodia. Okay, in protozoan protista there is three types of locomotion. First, cilia and flagella, they are natural things and it is also a natural things, but it shows only as a false feet. False feet होते हैं जो सिर्फ इनको शो करने के लिए होता है, which means they can extend their pseudopodia as they want. जैसा वो चाहेंगे वैसा वो increase कर सकते हैं. So these are the locomotions. Okay, now next we have to discuss the nutrition way of protozoan protista. इनमें nutritions कैसे होती है? The nutrition in the way of holozoic, saprobic and parasitic. Parasitic, now I have told you that holozoic and saprobic I have discussed in previous video. If you don't know the meaning of holozoic and saprobic, please prefer my last video. Definitely it will be clear. Okay, now coming to the most important point, reproduction. A sexual reproduction is generally takes by binary fission. We know that because we have studied binary fission in amoeba. Multiple fission, different types of organisms are comes in the class of multiple fission, जिनमें multiple fissions होती है 2 से 4, 4 से 8, 8 से 16, ऐसे number of cells को increase करते जाती है. And second is budding. Budding we have studied in hydra. ठीक है, ये सारे के सारे reproductions जो है generally comes in the group of protozoan protista. Now, depending upon the nature and due to their locomotions, they are further divided into four types. इनकी locomotion की वजह से they are mostly divided into four types, and all the four types are most important. Okay, due to the locomotory organ, इनमें locomotory organs होता है. What is the meaning of locomotory organs? Means they are capable to locomote from A place to B place by easily mode. That is called locomotory organs. Okay, now they are further divided into four groups, and the first one is Juflagellata, Sarcodina, Sporozoa and Thebe. ठीक है. So, coming to the next point, we have to discuss that the types of protozoan Protista. The first one is Juflagellata, second Sarcodina, third Sporozoa, and fourth is Ciliata. All the things are generally belongs to the locomotory organs of protozoan Protista. Okay, one by one we have to discuss all the four characters in a detailed manner with their examples also. Okay, now the first one is Juflagellata. Juflagellata means they possess one or more flagella for locomotion. It means the several types of organisms which carry one or more than types of locomotions are called Juflagellata, and but they have lack of cell wall. इनमें cell wall नहीं होती है. Cell wall means outer covering यानी protective layer are absent in this type of organism. They are free living means they are found in anywhere. Okay, second, they are parasites I already told you, and symbionts means they are taking support from other organisms to survive anywhere. ये किसी का सहारा लेते हैं कहीं रहने के लिए, that is called the symbionts relationships. Okay, like lichens. ठीक है. Next, they are commensal, same as it is the meaning of symbionts. Okay, now we have to discuss that the mode of nutrition in Juflagellata is holozoic, saprobic and parasitic in nature. Okay, the most three types of nutritions are found in the group of Juflagellata. Okay, now second, asexual reproduction. This takes place by binary fission as we have studied in amoeba. And second, cyst formation. Cyst formation means there is a special type of fluid-like substance in which there is a special cyst formations are takes place to divide their number, that is called cyst formation. In most of the unicellular organisms are takes place and they reproduce by the means of cyst formation. I have explained already. Okay, now coming to the next part, asexual reproduction. After that, sexual reproductions are found only certain types of Juflagellatans. Okay, कुछ एक organism में sexual reproduction पाया जाता है. But here we have to discuss the most interesting examples of Juflagellata. Okay, if you will miss that class, definitely you will forget all the things. Now, the first example is trypanosoma. Okay, trypanosoma is further we know that it is an African sleeping sickness. Okay, trypanosoma is also called as African sleeping sickness क्योंकि ये एक प्रकार के disease carrier होते हैं which causes in human beings that time human being feels a very sleeping mode. वो हमेशा अपने आप को सोने के लिए मजबूर करेंगे. That is called African sleeping sickness. But most important, they are caused by CC fly. एक प्रकार की fly होती है जिस कारण से ये disease caused होता है in human beings. Okay, and now coming to the most and detailed portion, it is a microscopic. Microscopic means very small in size. Without microscope, you cannot see easily, and they are long leaf-like organism. Leaf-like organism मतलब पत्तों जैसे होते हैं. And it is found in the blood of man. Generally, it is found in the blood of man by the affections, and there is a creations of CC fly in human beings. If CC fly definitely sit in your body, it will secrete several types of enzymes and hormones which are generally goes inside in your body, and you feel like African sleeping sickness diseases. Okay, African sleeping sickness disease का मतलब होता है कि अगर सीसी फ्लाई अगर आपके बॉडी के ऊपर ज्यादा देर तक बैठते हैं, वो स्पेशल टाइप के हार्मोन्स और एंजाइम को सिक्रिएट करेंगे विच इज फर्दर मूव्स इन योर सेल्स एंड बॉडी, एंड डेफिनेटली यू विल बी सफर फ्रॉम दैट टाइप ऑफ डिजीज. आपको उस टाइम पे काफी ज्यादा नींद आएगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड अफ्रीकन स्लीपिंग सिकनेस. ओके, नाउ सेकंड, Leishmania. Leishmania is also important type of example which comes in the Juflagellata. It is a intracellular parasite. What is the meaning of intracellular? Intracellular means a special type of cells which are found inside. Okay, एक ऐसा cells के अंदर पाया जाने वाला ये parasites होता है, that is called intracellular. This type of parasites are found in intracellular cells के अंदर, that is called intracellular parasites. And generally Leishmania causes Kala jar disease. Okay, it is a very dangerous disease. Kala jar means when any human being suffer from that type of diseases, they feels very high grade fever, बहुत fever होता है. Second most important, there is a lack of फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ब्लड का बनना रुक जाता है, डेफिनेटली इट कॉजेस एनीमिया इन ह्यूमन बींग्स, एनीमिया होते हैं, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द लॉस ऑफ एपिस्टिएट एंड लॉस ऑफ वेट, ठीक है, लॉस ऑफ मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटी, ठीक है, लॉस ऑफ बहुत सारे उनकी इम्यूनिटी पावर वगैरह सब कम हो जाती है, दैट इज ऑल्सो कॉज्ड बाय लेशमेनिया, ठीक है, जिसको हम कालाजार डिजीज के नाम से जानते हैं। इट इज द मोस्ट डेंजरस डिजीज, इफ ह्यूमन बींग्स do not get proper treatment, definitely they will die, ठीक है। So it is caused by sand fly, you all have to care all the things। Generally African sleeping sickness is caused by CC fly, and Kala-Azar disease leishmania is caused by sand fly, okay। Sand fly are generally get developed from the most soil format, that is called the sand fly। And next, coming to the next part, giardia, ठीक है। What is the एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग ऑफ जियार्डिया? दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट पैरासाइट्स। ये जो पैरासाइट्स होते हैं, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ पैरासाइट? पैरासाइट्स मींस दे आर टेकिंग द न्यूट्रिटिव मटेरियल्स और न्यूट्रिशन फ्रॉम द अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म और अदर होस्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड पैरासाइटिक, ठीक है। ये कॉन्सेप्ट में होते हैं। इसके बाद जनरली फाउंड कहां पे पाए जाते हैं? जनरली दे आर फाउंड इन द इंटेस्टाइन ऑफ मैन एंड वर्टिब्रेट्स, ओके। बहुत सारे इंटेस्टाइन यानी ह्यूमन बींग्स के जो स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन है, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन है, वहां पे ये कैपेबल होते हैं सर्वाइव करने के लिए। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, दे आर फाउंड इन द वर्टिब्रेट्स। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ वर्टिब्रेट्स? वर्टिब्रेट्स मींस several types of organism which have proper backbone, which have proper spinal cord, they are called vertebrates, okay, उन्हें हम vertebrates कहते हैं। and this disease is also known as grand old man of intestine। ये intestine को grand old man के नाम से जाना जाता है। so here I am giving one questions, why Giardia is called as grand old man disease in human intestine? इसको हम grand old man disease क्यों कहते हैं? बिकॉज हमने इससे पढ़ा सैंड फ्लाई के कारण क्या हो रहा है, सीसी फ्लाई के कारण क्या हो रहा है, ह्यूमन बींग्स में किस प्रकार के इफेक्ट हो रहे हैं। बट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, हाउ दिस डिजीज इज ऑल्सो नोन एज ग्रैंड ओल्ड मैन। इसे ग्रैंड ओल्ड मैन क्यों कहा गया है? ओके, यू ऑल हैव टू गिव मी आंसर आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग ऑफ दिस वीडियो। सो नाउ सेकंड इज ट्राइकोमोनस। नेक्स्ट अवर फोर्थ एग्जांपल इज ट्राइकोमोनस। ट्राइकोमोनस में इट इज अ सिम्बायोनेंट। सिम्बायोनेंट्स का मतलब होता है, एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट when one organism taking support from other organisms to live in a proper habit या proper host are called symbionts। symbionts का मतलब जैसे लाइकेन सहारा लेता है किसी का किसी जगह पे रहने के लिए, वैसे कुछ एक ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं जो किसी दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म का सपोर्ट लेकर वहां पे रहने के लिए अपने आप को कैपेबल बनाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड symbionts and mostly found in intestine of vertebrates। vertebrates मतलब they have proper backbone, vertebrates, ठीक है, जिसके पास spinal cord है, and लीच में भी पाए जाते हैं, ओके। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन अगर हम देखते हैं तो ये क्या करता है, इट हेल्प्स ऑफ डाइजेशन ऑफ सेलुलोज। ये सेलुलोज के डाइजेशन को मोस्टली क्या करता है, कम करता है, एंड बाय दिस ऑल द थिंग्स बिकम इजी फॉर ट्राइकोमोनस, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये सेलुलोज को इजीली डाइजेस्ट कर देता है। सो आई थिंक this is enough for Zoophlasmata। next we have to discuss Sarcodina and Sporozoa, and after that Ciliata। so here now next we have to discuss the adject and characteristics features of Sarcodina। okay, now Sarcodina is also called as amoeba like protozoans, okay, because their structures are totally comparatively similar with Sarcodina, and most important features is nutrition is generally holozoic or phagotrophic। New holozoic and phagotrophic I have already told you, but again phagotrophic means certain types of organism which are capable to engulf their organism inside their body, they are called as phagotrophic mode of nutrition, which amoeba do, okay। now organism are free living, they are generally found in free living state, कहीं पे भी होते हैं, and cell is generally uninucleated, और cells जो होते हैं uninucleated होते हैं if the number of cells is more than one but they all are in a same in structure and same in shape, ठीक है। उनके अगर एक से ज्यादा cells होंगे तो भी वो structures एक जैसा होगा, same size का होगा और same दिखेगा, ठीक है। most important, they are found in the bottom of sea। bottom of sea ठीक है, मतलब समुद्र के नीचे वाले एरिया में सार्कोडीना जो है पाए जाते हैं। एंड आर सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन टेक्स प्लेस बाय बाइनरी फिजन, एज आई टोल्ड यू अगेन, है ना, बाइनरी फिजन के कारण इनमें सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन होता है। नाउ सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन की बात करते हैं, दे आर टेक्स प्लेस बाय सिनगैमी। सिनगैमी का मतलब होता है द फ्यूजन ऑफ टू सेल्स आर फ्यूजन ऑफ टू न्यूक्लियाई इज कॉल्ड सिनगैमी। ठीक है, जहां पे दो न्यूक्लियाई एक साथ फ्यूज होते हैं या जहां पे दो सेल एक साथ फ्यूज हो गए, दे आर गिविंग द डॉटर सेल्स आर कॉल्ड सिनगैमी। ठीक है, उसको हम सिनगैमी प्रोसेस के नाम से जानते हैं। सेकंड, अगर एग्जांपल की बात करते हैं तो अमीबा, एंड सेकंड इज एंट अमीबा हिस्टोलिटिका। एंट अमीबा हिस्टोलिटिका इज आल्सो a dangerous things. Why? Because they are generally capable to causes disease in human beings as amoebiasis. When you will study in class 12 the chapter 8 health and disease, definitely I will make you understand that what is the exact problems of ant amoeba histolica. Why? Because they can also create a problem in our intestine, and it also causes amoebiasis disease which is most harmful for the human beings. ठीक है, एंड अमीबा हिस्टोलिटिका एक एमियोबाइसिस नाम की बीमारी को ह्यूमन बींग्स में करते हैं, जिस कारण से उनका जो इंटेस्टाइन है प्रॉपर वर्क नहीं करता और भी बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं। सो आई थिंक अमीबा के बारे में आप लोग जानते हैं, बट यू डोंट नो द मीनिंग ऑफ एंड अमीबा हिस्टोलिटिका। ठीक है, ये इसका एग्जांपल है सार्कोडीना का। नाउ द थर्ड फाइलम इज स्पोरोजोआ। ओके, स्पोरोजोआ आर पैरासाइट्स एंड सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर ऑर्गेनेड। एक तो ये पैरासाइट्स होते हैं, सेकंड वे कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दे आर इन अ सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म, बहुत ही सिंपल साधारण होते हैं। मोस्टली दे आर इंडो पैरासाइट। ओके, इंडो पैरासाइटिक मींस दे आर फाउंड इनसाइड द पैरासाइटिक ऑर्गेनिज्म। एंडो पैरासाइटिक का मतलब होता है पैरासाइटिक मोड के अंदर होते हैं, और मे बी पैथोजेनिक। पैथोजेनिक मींस the harmful substance which causes disease in human beings, animals and many more are called endogenics or pathogenic. ठीक है, body is covered by flexible pellicle। flexible pellicle, pellicle का मतलब होता है झिल्ली। ठीक है, जो जनरली नेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड झिल्ली। ठीक है, ये नेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड पेलिकल। ठीक है, इनके पास एक फ्लेक्सिबल पेलिकल होता है जिसको हम झिल्ली बोलते हैं हिंदी में। ठीक है, जो नेट लाइक इन इंग्लिश these are appears as a net like structures, इनकी जो बॉडी होती है वो net like structures में appear होती है। okay, now coming to the next important point, we have to discuss that sexual reproduction takes place by binary fission, okay, and sexual reproduction is takes place by syngamy method. As I told you that syngamy, what is the meaning of syngamy? Here same syngamy method से अपना reproduction करते हैं। okay, now next plasmodium, we know that plasmodium malarial parasites, in we have studied that plasmodium and monocystis। ठीक है, एक monocystis नाम के भी जो एग्जांपल्स है वो आपके स्पोरोजोआ में बिलोंग करते हैं। ओके, सो लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ टुडे क्लास एंड दैट इज सीलिएटा। सीलिएटा इज व्हाट जनरली इट रिजेंबल्स द सीलिएट्स। इसका मतलब सीलिएट्स होता है, एंड दे आर कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर, बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं कंपैरिजन देन स्पोरोजोआ, एंड दे हैव फिक्स्ड शेप एंड फिक्स्ड साइज। लेकिन शेप और साइज की बात करते हैं, दे आर फिक्स्ड इन नेचर्स। ओके, नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, locomotions occurs by cilia. Why? Because they are called as ciliates. It means they have abundant of cilia, and abundant of cilia are provide better locomotion systems in this type of organism. Okay, next, they are free living, but some are parasitic. Most of them are free living. Free living means they are found in anywhere, and most of them are parasitic means they are found from other hosts, are called parasitic. ठीक है, all of them possess one or more contractile vacuoles. Contractile vacuoles मतलब they are capable to shrink and expand their vacuoles. इनके पास ऐसे substance होते हैं जिस कारण से इसकी साइज को ये इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, और उन्हीं के साइज को ये क्या करते हैं, डिक्रीज कर सकते हैं। कॉन्ट्रैक्टाइल मतलब होता है सिकुड़ना और फैलना। ठीक है, इट मीन्स दे आर कैपेबल टू contractile their vacuoles by their own will। ये अपनी चाह के हिसाब से अपने vacuoles को expand करते हैं और अपनी vacuoles को ये shrink कर लेते हैं, that is called contractile vacuoles they have। इनके पास वो vacuoles होता है। okay, next coming to the next important part, The reproduction is generally takes place by asexual reproduction, and most important, sexual reproduction is done by not syngamy. Sexual reproduction is takes place by conjugation method, which we have studied in bacteria, transduction, conjugation. तो यहाँ पे जो conjugations है, that is called the sexual reproduction, which takes place in ciliates. Okay, example की बात करते हैं. Mostly examples में paramecium and amoeba we have studied that. paramecium, ठीक है, not amoeba. Paramecium we have studied. Ephyllota is another new name for you, because what is the meaning of ephyllota? Ephyllota is a special type of organism which are found in the marine habitat, okay, and which eats different types of zooplanktons and phytoplanktons, okay, and they are the adject four types of protozoan protista. And I think this is all over the topic I have completed here, and if you get any problem you can ask me. Okay, so my homework is that you all have to make a special note by watching the whole video, and you have to take a support from Sivlal book and show me the exact classification of different types of phylums like Juflazellata कौन सा organism है, कहाँ पाया जाता है, reproductions कैसा है, Sarcodina, next Sporozoa, and last Ciliata. Okay, by looking the Sivlal book you all have to give me answers in a one paper. Okay, thank you students.